Have you ever wondered why those who prefer being alone after 7 often seem wiser and more grounded than anyone else? It's because solitude at that age isn't a sign of isolation, it's a mark of enlightenment. When you've lived long enough, you begin to realize that peace doesn't come from people, possessions, or approval. It comes from silence, from reflection, and from finally being comfortable with who you are. So, in this video, we'll explore 7 powerful reasons why people who prefer being alone after 70 are the wisest people alive, and why every senior should understand this truth. By the time you reach 70, you've likely seen enough of life to recognize what truly matters. You stop needing constant company, constant validation, or endless noise to feel alive. Instead, you start valuing stillness, the quiet morning light, the sound of rain, the warmth of a cup of tea, and the peace that comes from your own thoughts. Being alone after 70 doesn't mean you've withdrawn from life. It means you've finally understood it. You've learned to listen to your heart more than the crowd, to choose calm over chaos, and to find joy, not in what's loud and fleeting, but in what's simple and lasting. Now, let's get started. Reason 1: they no longer need validation from others. When you're young, your sense of worth often depends on how others see you. You want to be admired, respected, liked. But after 70, truly wise people realize that the opinions of others no longer define them. They've lived through enough to understand that most judgments come from people who barely understand themselves. They've seen how fleeting praise can be. One day you're admired, the next, you're forgotten. So, instead of chasing approval, they find comfort in authenticity. They stop pretending, stop performing, and start living according to their own truth. That's why they think about it. When you're alone, you don't have to wear masks. You don't need to impress anyone. You can sit quietly, listen to your thoughts, and feel your breath. That kind of peace is rare in a world full of noise and comparison. Those who embrace it have learned one of life's greatest lessons: that peace is not found in the crowd, but in your own heart. This detachment from validation is what gives older, wiser people their quiet confidence. They no longer argue to prove a point or compete to feel superior. They let others talk, judge, and rush. Meanwhile, they remain still, because they've already won the battle that matters most, the one within themselves. Reason 2: they understand that peace is more valuable than popularity. After 70, the wise stop seeking to be everywhere, with everyone, doing everything. They understand that peace of mind is the real luxury, not attention, not status, not being liked. They've spent a lifetime learning that being surrounded by people doesn't always mean being connected, and that silence can sometimes hold more truth than 1,000 conversations. There's a deep kind of wisdom that comes with realizing you don't have to attend every argument you're invited to. You don't need to respond to every insult or defend yourself every time someone misunderstands you. The elderly who choose solitude have mastered the art of letting go, of drama, of gossip, of noise. They find joy in simplicity: morning light through the window, the smell of coffee, the sound of birds. While the world chases distractions, they've learned that happiness isn't found in stimulation, but in stillness. This isn't loneliness, it's liberation. When you've lived 7 decades, you've seen how much energy people waste trying to impress others. The wise realize that all that chasing leads nowhere. So, instead, they choose calm. That's not withdrawal, it's maturity. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Reason 3: they see time as life's most precious currency. By the time you reach 70, you begin to see time differently. It's no longer something to fill, it's something to protect. The wise no longer waste hours on meaningless arguments, negative people, or things that drain their energy. They understand that every sunrise is a gift, and every quiet evening is a reminder that the clock doesn't stop for anyone. People who enjoy being alone at this stage of life know that solitude isn't wasted time, it's invested time. They use it to think, to reflect, to remember the journey that brought them here. They've learned that a peaceful afternoon with their thoughts can be more valuable than a crowded event filled with noise. They also understand that time spent in self-reflection sharpens their awareness of what truly matters. They think about their health, their memories, their legacy. They no longer rush, because they know that rushing only makes life shorter in feeling, not longer. When they move slowly, they see more, feel more, and live more deeply. To the young, being alone may seem dull. But to the wise, it's sacred. Because when you guard your time carefully, you begin to realize that life isn't about how many people surround you, it's about how many moments you fully experience. Those who honor their solitude at 70 have discovered that time, not money, is the true measure of wealth. Reason 4, they no longer fear being misunderstood. One of the greatest freedoms that comes with age is realizing that you don't have to explain yourself anymore. The wise elderly have lived long enough to know that no matter what you say or do, someone will still twist it, judge it, or disagree with it. So, instead of wasting energy trying to be understood, they choose peace instead. They know that silence often speaks louder than defense. In their younger years, they may have tried to prove their worth to family, to coworkers, to society. But after 70, they've learned that trying to make everyone understand you only leaves you exhausted and unseen. So, they stop explaining, stop convincing, and start living more honestly. Being alone allows them to live without that noise. They no longer worry if someone thinks they're too quiet, too slow, or too detached. They know who they are. And the truth, it is, they'd rather be misunderstood in peace than praised in pretense. When you've walked through decades of life, you learn that understanding yourself matters far more than being understood by others. That's why the wise seem so calm. They smile quietly while others argue. They sit still while others rush. They've found something most people spend a lifetime searching for, the power to live without needing anyone's approval. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Reason 5, they choose depth over distraction. After 70, the wise grow tired of small talk, surface level, friendships, and empty routines. They crave meaning. They prefer conversations that make them think, moments that make them feel, and people who make them better. Being alone isn't a rejection of others. It's a pursuit of depth and offer nothing in return. The wise elderly know that quiet is where truth hides. It's in those silent moments of solitude that life starts to make sense and gratitude begins to grow. They don't scroll endlessly or chase constant stimulation. They'd rather read a book, take a walk, or sit in reflection. They value experiences that feed the soul, not the ego. They understand that distraction is the enemy of peace, and that depth requires stillness. When younger people see someone in their 70s spending time alone, they might assume it's loneliness. But it isn't. It's wisdom choosing quality over quantity. Because once you've lived long enough, you realize that the heart doesn't need constant excitement. It needs calm understanding. The wise don't fear quiet moments. They welcome them, knowing that those moments reveal the deepest truths about who they are and what truly matters. Reason 6, they've learned that peace is the real luxury. When people are young, they chase wealth, recognition, or love, thinking those things will bring happiness. But after 70, the wise realize that what truly matters is peace. A calm mind, a steady heart, in a quiet home. That's real success. They've lived long enough to know that no amount of money can buy good sleep, genuine laughter, or freedom from worry. They've seen people destroy their health, chasing riches, and others lose their joy trying to please everyone. So, they let it go. They simplify. They no longer chase. They protect. Peace becomes their greatest treasure. They water their plants, make tea, slowly listen to the sound of rain. They appreciate small things others overlook, because they know those moments are where life hides its meaning, and when they're alone, they aren't lonely. They're recharging. The quiet allows them to heal from the chaos of the world. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Reason 7, they finally understand that life is enough. After 70, the wise stop running. They stop chasing more years, more things, more validation. They begin to see life not as something to conquer, but as something to be grateful for. Every breath becomes a quiet blessing. Every sunrise, a small miracle. They understand that perfection was never the goal. Presence was. They no longer measure their worth by how much they have, but by how deeply they feel. Even a simple cup of coffee in the morning can feel like a celebration when you've lived long enough to appreciate what it means to still be here. They don't look back with regret or forward with fear. They live in the middle, the only place life truly exists. They know that time is no longer something to spend, but something to honor. So, they choose to live gently, to speak kindly, and to forgive easily. That's why those who love being alone in their later years seem so peaceful. They've made peace with life itself. They don't need more. They already have what matters, and that's the quiet wisdom that solitude gives. It's not loneliness, it's enlightenment. The realization that life, just as it is enough. Final thoughts. If you've reached a point in life where you enjoy being alone, don't see it as isolation. See it as awakening. Because solitude is not emptiness. It's clarity. It's where you finally meet yourself without the noise of the world. Being alone becomes a form of self-respect, not retreat. It's choosing to live on your own terms, valuing your time, and protecting your energy from what no longer serves you. So, if you find yourself preferring quiet mornings, simple routines, and fewer but deeper connections, you're not strange, you're wise. You've learned one of life's rarest lessons, that happiness doesn't come from the crowd. It comes from contentment. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.